Okay, welcome everybody. So today we have a guest called Zenn Soon, and she is the Singapore National Barista Championship 2018 number 1. She also World Barista Championship Semi-Finalist. She's the co-founder of Wakey Wakey. She used to run Strangers Reunion, Strangers at Work, and Curious Palette. So thank you so much for being on this.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome. So I've always been curious about this whole idea of passion and why people are so passionate about certain things. And some people are lucky enough to be able to make that into either a career, a passion project that turned into a career or even a business. So for you, coffee seems to be the one. I think I was reading somewhere, it's like you, Kopi Aso or something like that?
Kopi So, they call me.
Yes. Okay, so, but I know that this is not where you started after school and all that.
Yeah.
So I believe that when we go through careers, we need to go through some kind of wilderness. We need to go through some kind of testing out, trying out. Take us through how you stumbled on or finally found that love for coffee.
I think it's taken me a while. I dabbled in a lot of things. Like after I did relief teaching after JC.
Oh, I also did.
You know, like in between JC and university.
I did PE relief teaching. What do you do?
I did like actual teaching stuff.
I did PE
that's probably where I learned that I cannot be a teacher.
I did PE, I think $50 a day or something.
Yeah. So it was pretty good money for like that time.
Oh, okay, yeah. But then they call you at 6 plus 7.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway.
It was quite last minute.
So you did relief teaching? What else?
I did relief teaching. Then I went to uni. I stumbled into events coordinating.
Okay.
So there was this company in Singapore. My dad knew the boss.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I did a lot of work. It's global as well as local.
Right.
So it was good fun. I did like MTV Asia Awards.
Cool.
And this was all throughout my university time. So whenever I came back for holidays, or if they happen to have an event in Melbourne, I would do that. So that was good. That was really good exposure for me.
Okay. So while you're a student, you did events?
Yeah, events, and I was a freelance swim instructor. Because I was in Melbourne, right? So I took my Ausswim cert.
What's
certified. Yeah, an Australian swimming certified, man.
But you weren't in the school team last time, right?
No.
Okay. So this was cert, and then you taught swimming.
Yes,
okay,
I taught to little kids.
Interesting.
That was good fun. Yeah, you really learn a lot, I think, from teaching and from learning from little kids.
Yes.
The innocence and the passion and the love it's really something.
Yeah, my brother used to be a swim instructor, so go to condos and all that. Yeah. So what else after that?
After I graduated, I came back to Singapore.
Okay.
I worked at a charity for a year. So that one was also quite events related.
Okay.
Because we did a lot of quite large scale fundraising events.
Okay.
Golf and all sorts of stuff.
Right.
Collaborations as well.
Okay.
To basically raise funds for disadvantaged children and families. Yeah. Did that for a year, and then somehow I spread my wings.
Yeah.
To be completely cliche, I became a flight stewardess.
Okay.
Yeah, it was one of those very random things.
Yes.
So like, you see the ad.
Yeah.
Then you go for the interview, you get the job, and you're like, oh, okay. And then 5.5 years later, you're still in it.
Wow.
Yeah, so I did that for a while.
5.5 years. Okay.
5.5 years.
Yeah.
It was really good. I really enjoyed it. Like, not so the job itself, but the traveling.
Yes.
And I think it was great because I had a lot of friends around the world.
Yeah.
So it was my opportunity, my chance to like go and meet everybody. Every time I go, I'm like, you don't have to think about work once you get off the flight.
Yeah, that's true.
So it was really nice.
I think I thought about being a steward. I think that was maybe in JC, just for fun. It's almost like free holidays.
Yes, it's one of those stepping stone kind of things. It is hard work.
Yeah.
Like I think a lot of people don't see the work behind it.
Okay.
I mean, you take a lot of
shit.
Yeah, a lot of shit.
Yeah. Anything in customer service, I always say that in life, you must go into customer service once in your life.
Yes.
Especially in F&B.
Yes.
Or service staff.
Yeah.
Then you know how cruel people can be.
Yeah.
And then you go back and then you see other people and then next time you're nice to them.
Yes.
But if you never go there, you treat them like shit.
Correct. Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah. So I was like in a dental clinic. I was the person who does the cashiering and all that one time.
Okay.
So like they would throw their credit card at me.
Really?
Yeah, big lawyers and all that. I'll be like,
it's okay, you give me money.
yeah, but it's like, Like I mean, something in their mind just tells them that they can treat other people like shit, and I don't know why. And yeah, so it's always something that even for my children, I say must go one time.
Definitely.
At least maybe a couple of months.
I think it's parental as well. It is how you're brought up.
So what they see their parents do.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we see it a lot. Like on flights, I have seen how parents treat us.
Yeah.
It translates to how the kids
Yeah.
treat us.
Okay.
So they learn from that.
So the parents should go and work.
Yeah, they should go and work in F&B. Let them learn some manners.
True. So after the 5.5 years flying, most people actually don't quit, right? Or it's very difficult to quit because the lifestyle is like, wow.
It is difficult to quit. The money is okay.
Yeah.
You know, you're very comfortable.
Very comfortable, yeah.
Yeah. So, but I think for me as a female, I felt that if I want to start a family, I'm not going to be able to juggle both properly.
True.
I can't have kids, especially because my then boyfriend, he was a pilot.
Okay.
So we can't both fly at the same time.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
especially when kids come along.
Right.
So that is sort of a push as well.
Okay.
But I stumbled into coffee because, well, my then boyfriend, okay, I'll just give him a name.
Yeah. Yeah.
His name is Chao Xiong.
Yeah.
So we knew each other from like uni.
Okay.
But we lost touch in between and somehow we both ended up in the airline.
Okay.
And then we reconnected and he is still very much into coffee.
Okay.
So I think my years in Melbourne were a bit lost because it being like the specialty coffee central.
Yeah.
I didn't really go into that then.
Really?
Yeah, I was one of those like, oh, okay, let's go to Starbucks and then drink a mocha, but only because I need to hog the table so that I can study.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was one of those.
And then add sugar.
No. The mocha already very sweet.
Yeah. No, so every time I like go and I talk to people with coffee, it's like never take I mean, I talk to them, so sometimes like, oh, you should never put coffee, should never put sugar, should never put milk. You put these two things that you're purious.
And destroying it.
That kind of thing. So I also understand in Australia, people rather the mom and pop shops in terms of their coffee quality
very much so.
Than the chains. Is that true?
Yes.
Right. And while you were there, nothing. No conversion to coffee at all.
Not really.
Oh, that's so weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think maybe because I was this poor student, you know, I would just go home.
Yeah. Okay.
Study.
Yeah.
That was what I was there for, right?
True. Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I hope my parents don't hear this.
Okay, so you learned about it from him. And
so we reconnected, we got together, and then we did a lot of cafe hopping and around the world.
Okay.
Started tasting a lot of specialty coffee.
Yeah.
And it really got me very interested in it because it's so varied. It's so many different types and all the cafes look different at that time, especially when it's just coming up.
Yeah.
Oh, the third wave and everything.
What's third wave?
Third wave. Like one of those waves of coffees.
So different. So the first wave is
different push.
Okay, different push.
Yeah,
okay.
different push.
Yeah. Got it.
Yeah. So that was a whole culture thing now. Yeah.
Right.
Then,
but was there like one restaurant that you sat in and you'd be like, oh my goodness, this is so amazingly interesting. I want to go deeper into it.
Not really.
Okay.
But funnily enough, in Singapore, I don't know if you know Papa Paletta.
Yeah.
So Papa Paletta,
Hooper Road there, something like you drive behind and then you stop there and it's like dingy like hell.
Yeah. We actually still have that space.
Oh. Yeah, but it's the hole in the wall feel.
Yes.
And everybody's like, yo, you gotta go there and try it. It's like, what? You can go there. It's like, usually for me, the first time I go there, it's always like, I'm thinking about Starbucks.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about like nice. But then there's like,
then you compare and then it's like, oh, this is different.
Yeah, and then it's like, you see people like, I went there last time, they didn't have any cashiering. So everything's tips first.
It's just tip jar.
Yeah, so it's like, So that was your first time that you like kind of like dabbled in it? Or
I think that was my, hey, this can work in Singapore.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you know the person?
And also,
you know the guy?
At that point, no.
Okay.
I had no idea who they were.
Yeah.
So my Chao Xiong happened to then at that point in time open a shisha place. So that time shisha was still legal.
Oh my goodness, every time Mark and me at Arab
Shisha.
Street
Yes.
all the time
Yeah.
with our guitars, trying to come up with lyrics and songs.
And the shisha
That
for
was,
you.
yeah, for like 3 times a week, that kind, really bad.
So
like,
at during that time, it was the whole shisha thing, right?
everything, yeah. Arab Street.
Yes.
Okay.
So we know this guy, we call him Chinaman,
Okay.
and he's like this shisha master.
Okay.
So we became friends, and they opened this cafe.
Okay.
And I got the opportunity to then set up the F&B side of it.
Huh.
So because on top of shisha, you can't just sell shisha,
Yeah,
right? You
yeah.
also have to sell your drinks and a little bit of food.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I decided to quit
Okay.
and do that.
No
And
experience.
that was no experience.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
F&B. Oh my goodness.
I was just like, here you go, do or die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then so what? You specialize in coffee or you did everything?
No, it was a bit of everything.
Okay.
But we knew we wanted coffee in as well.
Yeah.
So I did like a random course in Melbourne, one of those 1-2-day coffee courses. Came back and then looked for people in the industry and basically made friends. Got the machine, got tips.
Yeah.
Yeah, and started it.
So that's the first time.
That was my first time.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I think after a year or so there, I decided that, me doing this by myself, trial and error, trying to figure this whole coffee thing out is not going to work.
Okay.
I can only go somewhere, but not further.
Okay.
I can't,
Is it because of usually when we try to rise up in the competency curve, right?
Yeah.
It's either we have a lot of good mentors around, good friends that can teach us, or you are just understanding somebody. So sometimes they will just understudy somebody in some cafe.
Yeah.
Then they say, I know enough, and I set up. So I see that in a lot of chefs.
Yes.
And then they do that.
Yeah.
But you didn't have anybody.
I didn't have
Then
that.
how? Just
try just a whack.
Okay. So after 1 year, what happened?
I got to know about the Singapore Barista Championship
Okay.
and the Latte Art Championship, all the competitions that were starting up.
Yeah.
And I met the then Singapore Barista Champion.
Okay.
Funnily enough, his dad is a pilot.
Okay.
Yeah, so
kinda connected.
So we kind of connected in that way, and he ended up mentoring me. I joined him, started to work from we always work from the bottom up, right?
Yes.
So that's the best
he
way
have
to
his
learn.
own cafe and all that?
He had his own cafe.
Okay.
So he used to he was pioneer. He was Papa Paletta.
Okay.
Part of Papa Paletta.
Okay, okay.
The ones who set it up.
Yeah.
And then they sort of split.
Yes.
And so he opened Strangers Reunion, and then Strangers at Work,
Okay.
and later on Curious Palette.
Okay.
So I joined them.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And started with all the learning,
Yeah.
not just in coffee, but
Yeah.
also the whole cafe operations
Okay.
from floor all the way up.
Wow.
And competitions.
Yeah.
We did a lot of competitions together.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So he mentored you, and that was one way that you actually rise in that
Yeah.
competency hierarchy.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
definitely. I think it's important to have someone to guide you
Yes.
along.
Yeah.
Just no man's an island, right?
Yeah.
You need someone who has been there or is going somewhere, together, and in order to just rise above the rest.
True. I mean, always stand on the shoulders of giants. Like
Yeah.
easy. I mean, it's if they're willing to take you in.
Yes,
That's
yes.
the thing.
So I was really lucky.
Yeah. So the whole persona of a good student always, what is a good student? A good student is conscientious, always trying to learn the most, respectful to the time of the mentor, and always has honor back to them. Anywhere
Yes.
you go in the future, you know where you started from.
Yes, I think
Yeah,
it's
so
important to remember your roots.
Exactly. J-Lo, man.
You must know all the hard work that went into this.
Exactly. So then you won the championship, then things changed. Or was it before that things already changed? Really?
Change in what way?
That means like after that it's like, okay, now everybody's starting crowd round, or is it that you open yourself to a new opportunity because now you're at that level that's a little bit more prominent? Then now more opportunities came in and you were able to expand that love of coffee even more?
Yes.
Okay.
That's definitely so.
Okay.
I think competitions is a good way to learn more.
Okay.
Because your daily operations, your everyday coffee making is not going to really push you unless you have that self push.
True.
You need So the competition gave me the opportunity to really go and experiment, go and find out more things, go and delve deeper into coffee.
Yeah.
And that was what was great about it. So I competed for, 4 years.
Okay.
Yeah, 4 years.
Yep.
And in local competitions before I won Singapore, and then went on to do Worlds. And yeah, that really opened doors for me because you see so much, and even your fellow competitors, just watching them, it's amazing. Yeah, because coffee is such a broad topic.
Yeah.
And so many things can happen. There's so many variables.
Yeah. So it's like there was a quote about same thing as like something like as profound as the book of the Bible. Like it's as shallow for children to play in. But it's as deep that scholars would drown in. So same thing for coffee. Can be very simple.
Yep.
Just cafe latte lah.
Correct.
Right.
Just coffee with milk,
yeah. Oat milk maybe nowadays, right?
Yes, so fancy.
Or then you go really deep to a point where it's like, wow, nobody else really touches on those unless you rub shoulders with the people who are at their Olympic level.
Yes, it's
then
really
you
how
open
deep
up.
you want to go.
Okay. So that was your journey to coffee.
Yeah, that I'm still in 10 years later.
10 years later. Wow.
10 years later.
And interesting. Okay, so coming back then, when it comes to passion, I do feel that most people look forward to Fridays, so that's why it's TGIF. Right? TGIF,
Yes.
thank God it's Friday. I'm looking for people that are TGIM, right? Thank God it's Monday, I get to do what I love to do. So what do you like to do? It's passion. So there's a passion part, but a lot of people feel that passion is very fluffy. Extremely fluffy, because so follow passion means what? Follow happiness. So I define passion to 3 different buckets.
Yep.
So there is interest. That means in the topic, for example, for coffee, you can talk a couple of hours, no issue. That kind of thing. So there's interest, there's strengths. That means while you're doing it, the task that you do, somehow it's natural to you. So athletes call it the flow. You kind of know what's the next steps, that the tools feel light for you.
Yep.
And then lastly is value. That means something inside you, very deep inside, you feel that while I'm doing this thing, it pushes or it helps me express something important to me in life. Very important.
Okay.
So I want to break it down and I want to ask you based on that. For you, when it comes to coffee, interest, when I think you talked about it a little bit just now, but what about if you were to just share with me of all the things in coffee, what really interests you the most?
The fact that it is a live product.
Okay.
And there are so many variables, there are so many different things you can do with it. It's really like never ending.
Right.
And that continues to challenge me, and all through the years it's just one after another that people are always coming up with new things to do with coffee, even though it's just coffee, right?
Coffee beans.
Yeah, it's just one bean.
Yeah.
And then you make into a drink.
Yeah.
Why so many things? Yeah, so that is just...
So then something about never-ending things that you can explore that really interests you.
Yes.
So you can really go deep dive into many, many different areas of coffee.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So as a commoner, I have no idea what that means. Right? Okay. So interest for you is that you can talk about it. And for you, can you talk about it for hours and no issue?
I think so, yeah.
Right.
There's so many different types of coffee also.
Right.
Yeah.
Then even in music, right, there's a lot of genres, right? So Eminem is rap genre, Adele is ballads, right?
Yeah.
So probably in coffee, there are many genres that I'm not aware of.
Yeah.
Of all the genres, what excites you, interests you, energizes you the most? Which part of it? Is it the coffee art, right? There's also one genre.
Yeah, coffee art is one thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's the most visible one, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's like, oh, latte art.
I saw recently there's this coffee art, and somebody blew a straw in it, then that's like, so that's cute, but maybe not that much skill. So in terms of the genres, and help me break it down, like for all the genres, I don't need to know all, like, but for you, which one is it?
Taste, definitely. Taste.
Okay.
I think it's very personal. But if you know what you're looking for, you can find it. In different kinds of beans, different methods of extraction.
Right.
You can get different things from your coffee. And I think that is super interesting to me.
Right.
then how your palate takes something and how it recognizes a flavor is also amazing.
Right.
A lot of people come to our shops and then they're like, I want it very hot, very bitter. And sometimes you're like, but that's not how I want to serve my coffee.
Okay.
But then you also have to remember that it's their preference. They've probably been drinking coffee even before I was born.
Yeah, they're kopi tilo.
Yes. And then if you want it from me, you already tasted what I can give you.
Right.
If you don't really like it, then I make for you lor.
Okay.
So it's
so taste.
Yeah, taste.
So
I think taste is
sounds as complex as wine.
Yes.
And
it's very
whiskey and all
similar
that.
actually. You're finding the notes and finding all that in the drink.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So interest also, there is a learning towards it. So you had mentorship, then in terms of you went for a 2-day course and then you probably did other things. Is it more of studying books, or is it more of, hey, can I just check out how you did that and all that? How do you learn?
A bit of both.
Okay.
Definitely you have to do your theory and your always like reading new articles that come up about it.
Yeah.
But it's very hands-on as well.
Okay.
You really need to practice.
Yeah.
And well, firstly, you must learn the correct techniques, whatever is correct at that time, and then tweak it from there.
Okay.
And just practice.
Yeah.
Practice and taste and practice and taste.
Right. Like
a lot of
bicycle,
drinking
you
like
cannot,
that high on.
like bicycle, you cannot really just read the theory and then you just have to do it.
Yeah, you just have to do it.
Okay. So after interest, there's strengths. So for strengths, while you're doing coffee, I'm not sure, even like it's the taste, that it could be the taste and all that. What comes naturally for you? When people look at you or people who are talking to you about it, it's like, hey, it seems like you are already advanced level, but even though you just started out, those are clues to some of the strengths that you have. For coffee, what pass was it? Was it the tasting part, or you could taste more than other people, or was it the making part? What is it?
I think probably the making.
Okay.
Like I'm a very methodical person.
Okay.
So I'm quite dogged when it comes to focusing on something.
Right.
So I would just do things step by step, learn the reason behind every step, make sense of it.
Yep.
And then I'll keep practicing until it becomes basically muscle memory. And I think that has served me very well. Like I don't even have to think when I'm doing it.
Yeah.
And it comes very naturally to me.
Okay. That's called flow. Flow means that they just like, it's like athlete goes into the flow, they don't really think about cycling.
It's like you can do it in your sleep, you know?
Yeah.
And still, have it nice, neat, not messy. I'm quite particular when it comes to like mess.
Presentation.
I cannot. Everything has to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that comes naturally because maybe coffee is also very methodical. That means everything is to the degree.
Yes.
And it is, I see people doing like the lab milligram last time in science lab, they measure things.
Yes, we weigh out, weigh in, weigh this, weigh that, and everything is weighed.
So coffee sounds like chemistry.
A little bit lah.
Yeah.
Well, I feel chemistry lah. So
yeah. Then how? Okay. Yeah. So maybe interest helps with that.
Yeah.
Who noticed it? Because in one person's career, like even for me, when I first started doing workshops last time, long time ago, then it's like, hey, you're very natural.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, I don't even think I'm natural. I think I'm just quite normal. Then I think back, maybe in church I did a lot of church dramas and all that. And it's like, it was natural to me. But then when I did for the corporate setting, then people say I was natural. And that's where I didn't notice it. I thought it was normal. Everybody can just go out and just crack a joke. But then it wasn't. So we do require either you noticing it or somebody else noticing it that can help you to say, hey, I didn't know that. Okay, then I go push even further. Who noticed it for you?
Probably my parents.
Okay.
I think they've always been like, you can do anything you set your mind on.
Okay.
And you can do this.
Right.
Yeah, just take it step by step. You can do this.
Right.
And Chao Xiong, I think, he was a big push for me and a big, huge support.
Okay.
He was the one who's like, just go for it.
But
then again, he was also the one who's like, you must make sure your focus face is also your resting bitch face. So please be careful. Don't come across as too scary. He gives me a lot of balance and makes me more aware of things.
Yeah. Okay. So parents in terms of your inner beliefs, then
Yes.
him in terms of catching you certain things that you do is like, okay, these are
Yeah.
things that you need to take note of.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. So that's strengths. Last one, in terms of the passion, is values. So for me, values is really, I have a value called boldness. I always want to try new things. So
Okay.
like even now I'm trying out TikTok. So trying out like crazy, like just random things, but then kind of like, actually it made sense.
I saw the boarding pass one.
Yeah.
Didn't that go like viral?
Yeah, it went viral. I was on Channel 8 and all that. All my clients started messaging me.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like,
exciting.
yeah. So then
I was
they,
like, hey, I know this guy.
yeah, guess what? So people come up to me and says, hey, can you help me do a keynote for cybersecurity?
Wow, that
For what?
opened doors.
I don't even do security. I don't even do any
But
cybersecurity.
interesting, right?
Very
And
interesting.
then from there, you learn more about cybersecurity.
Yeah, zero interest whatsoever and zero passion. But one of my friends, Fang Mingwei, he
Yes.
went over to Japan to do, he's now a missionary, so our schoolmate.
Yeah.
So when he was booking in, so I tagged SIA, Singapore Airlines and all
Yeah.
that. It's like, well, then everybody thought Singapore Airlines like really bad but actually this is for every boarding pass.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
You would know that because
Yeah.
you were, yeah. So then he took a screenshot. He took a screenshot of his on his phone boarding pass, and then he said, and then Singapore Airlines came up with a new thing that said that do not share your information with anybody and all that.
Wow.
So then Minghui is like, hey, you changed the SIA,
Yeah,
the
man. Look at
thing. And it's
that.
like, hey, oh, awesome.
Power.
yeah. So that's boldness for me, constantly trying new things. And it pushes me in my interest of exploring how to influence people, how to impact as many people as possible. Deep down in my life, I want to impact as many people as possible. But that's my value of boldness. For you, when you're doing coffee, what value do you feel it is pushing, or you feel that you are living out?
I think it's the courage or the ability to step out of comfort zones.
Okay.
That is what got me here in the first place.
Mhm.
Being able to, come out of my cushy,
Yep.
comfortable
Yep.
job
Mm-hmm.
and just delve into something else
Right.
completely like blind.
Yep.
And that has really, I'm still swimming lah.
Okay, yeah.
For now.
Right. So pushing courage and pushing out comfort zone sounds like the same as when you first went to events. Did you really enjoy
actually,
events?
every single, it had so much fun.
Okay, but do
was
you
really fun.
know like while you're in uni, it's like I want events, or it's kind of stumble into?
I stumbled into it.
Okay, so
Yeah.
events you stumble into, SIA?
I stumbled. I stumbled. I've been stumbling all my life.
Yeah.
I have no aim, no direction, no goal. I just stumble.
Yeah, stumble and happen to be Barista Champion #1, a nice one, right? So there's an idea of just pushing yourself, and is it more of like some people, they have a personal like, let's see how much I can do, how much I can push for. Is it for you, or is it more of what is it for you?
It's probably that.
Okay.
I think the challenge to myself to always want to learn more, do better, find out more.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I think I'm quite chill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if I don't do this, I think I'll just be like, just
Right.
floating around somewhere. Yeah. I believe in it so much that, my dog, I have a dog. Her name is Goya. So we got her, I think, 11, 12 years ago. And when we were naming her, we were like, okay, let's find a meaningful name.
Yeah.
So we settled on Goya. The nice story is Francisco Goya is this artist who painted this painting called The Dog.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're like, okay. But actually, right, it means get off your ass.
Okay, double meaning.
So she's like my constant reminder to, hey, come on, get things done.
Right.
Let's go. Yeah.
So is that
So, yeah.
push, and you feel that push is something that draws you towards that level of excellence, and it pushes you towards something that you feel that maybe even though you stumble upon it, you want to be the best at it.
Yep.
Okay. Awesome. Okay. So, Suzanne, when it comes to people following their passion and all that, I believe that career is never fixed. It's extremely dynamic. I personally went through 32 different things, right? I was a balloon
Just wait
artist.
until-
Yeah. With Mark, I was a busker on the streets of Orchard Road. We earn like $6 per hour, right? Pay for
Sad.
parking.
I kind of cover
Yeah.
parking.
Yeah. No, you park some places can, right?
Oh, okay,
Those
true.
open air parking. Yeah. So, but then I did professional will writing. I did so many different things, and I felt that there's an exploration, and it also helps me to understand that a lot of people feel that careers are fixed.
Yep.
Like even
Yes.
uni, what do you study?
Media and psychology.
Right.
I did like nothing with my. Oh well, it helped with my writing.
Okay,
You know, some
Yeah.
exposure. But
So-
yeah.
Yeah, so we are tasked to try to figure out something at 18, have a university degree in it, then after that try to do something for the rest of our life. I think that's our grandparents, not grandparents, parents' time.
Yes.
But we don't do it this time, and I feel that the dynamicness helps us to be more forgiving of ourselves for the first few careers, thinking that I have to stick to it. Actually, don't need to.
Yes.
So for you, now it's coffee.
Yep.
What's next? What do you think is next? What it could be like, same thing again. Maybe you're interested in that topic. After a while, you kind of try it out. Then after a while, it's your value. But what is next for you?
I'm not sure. I'm still, my eyes are open all the time.
Yep.
I'm looking. I don't think coffee is it.
Yep.
I might still be in it,
Uh-huh.
but I think I'm open to trying other things as well.
Yeah.
I thought of doing a master's.
Okay.
And
In what?
I don't know. See, that's why I'm not doing it yet. I
Okay.
dabbled in jelly, like making jelly cake. You know jelly cake?
I know agar-agar. That's it.
Yeah. So this one is a clear jelly, and
Is
inside
it the kinoki?
something like that.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you make designs in
Oh
it.
yes. So then one layer, then you use a stringent and do
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Okay?
So you syringe
Yeah.
in the design upside down.
Yes.
Yeah, I did that for a while, especially
Okay.
during COVID. That was pretty good business.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So
okay.
I'm just always looking for things to dabble in.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
right now, yeah, I'm still looking.
Still looking.
So we'll see.
Still exploring.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Last thing. So, when it comes to so maybe one thing I want to just ask. I mean, a lot of people are not passionate in their job.
Mm.
They're just there for very practical things, right? Money, right? Mortgage, things like these are very practical.
Yes.
If you were to just like if somebody is listening and somebody's like, yeah, I'm on a little bit of on the ledge. I'm not sure whether I should follow this, because you had a mentor and you had like somebody to look after and then like kind of like show you the ropes and all
Yeah.
that. But what regardless of it, what would you kind of say to somebody who like has a passion
Mm-hmm.
but just stuck in their job?
Step out of your comfort zone.
Go yeah.
Go yeah. See, you never see my dog in the same light anymore.
Never. Get off your ass. Yeah. So just go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why?
Like,
Why?
I mean, of course, there has to be a safety net.
Definitely.
Yeah, because otherwise, if you have no savings,
Yeah.
no nothing,
Reckless
then
lah. You're
dude,
reckless.
be
Yeah.
careful lah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you're at the stage in your life
Yeah.
where I think you're otherwise quite comfortable.
Yeah.
And
So enough stored up for winter.
enough sort of for winter. Maybe your responsibility is not so bad. I mean, I have 3 kids.
Yeah. I have
And
6.
I'm already, I know. I'm like, every time a new one comes, I'm like, how you do it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Your wife
Yeah,
is
yeah.
damn strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I look at them and I'm like, I want to make their lives better.
Yes.
So I think like by pushing myself and doing something else,
Mhm.
is that gonna make their lives better?
Yeah.
So yeah, now it's for myself and also for my family.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think that is an important consideration to have. Yeah.
Okay.
Thinking.
Thank you. So since you are a kopi so, right? One last thing. I love life hacks. I mean, like that's one thing. I mean, I always carry duct tape around everywhere. Not to
Okay.
kidnap people, but like slippers spoil lah, and one of my kids duct tape. Something come out, duct tape. Everything's there. So
like the Doraemon
yeah.
get in it.
So every life challenge can be solved with duct tape, right? You just need to use enough. Well, anyway, so
Okay.
so that's life hacking. I really enjoy it. If there was a hack that we just for us when it comes to coffee, what would be one interesting hack that you feel that actually you want to share?
Even if you don't know what you're doing
Yeah.
or what you're tasting,
Yeah.
just act like you do.
Okay.
Because most of the time, right, people don't know the difference anyway.
Right. So what you say? Oh, can you taste those notes? Yeah.
Yeah. Then you just like throw out something that's
no.
like a safe one.
Okay. But how about, okay, let's say I'm going to order a coffee and I'm actually quite average. I'm not very deep into coffee and all that. But I want to start tasting something. I want to open up my palate and open up something.
Yeah.
What should I order, or what can I start to dabble into? I'm not going to go as deep as you, but I want to try, instead of all my normal cafe lattes, what should I try? Is there a bean I should try, or what should I order that is like, okay, this opens up something, see whether you like it?
Try a pour over, a black filter coffee.
Okay.
So because there is more water in it, you get the whole range of flavors inside.
Okay.
It will taste different when it's hot. It will taste different when it's cold.
Oh, okay.
The flavors are more opened up, so you can taste it a lot easier in a way, instead of like an espresso, it's just boom.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So try a filter coffee, enjoy it. It's a bit like tea,
yes,
a bit like wine.
Okay.
And you can start from there and build on it. But please don't put sugar, don't put milk. Filter coffee, no. Espresso, I'm fine. You know, like drink your latte, your cappuccino, flat white. Like I start off my day with a double ristretto flat white.
Okay.
It's a milk drink.
Okay.
Because I gotta line the stomach, right?
Right.
But filter coffee.
Filtered coffee, and you said pour over.
A pour over or whatever method they do it.
Okay. So filtered coffee, and there will be changes in taste.
Yeah.
From hot,
when it comes to temperature. Yes.
Temperature.
And of course beans.
And beans.
So normally whatever the place provides.
Yeah.
There will be a choice. For me, I like naturally processed coffees.
Okay.
So I'll more often than not go for that.
Right.
But a lot of times I go to the shop and I'm just like, I throw it to the barista. I'm like, what is called tasting good today?
Yeah.
Just make it for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
So thank you so much, Zenn, for being here and sharing that. You are one of the very rare people who, I'll say, it's almost PPAPP.
APP?
Yeah, it's not the pineapple song. It is passionate people at peak performance. So a lot of people at peak performance might not be passionate. A lot of people who are passionate are not at peak performance. If you're not at peak performance, it's just a hobby.
True.
Right, if you're at peak performance, people will naturally pay you. Yeah, so you want the rare ones. I've been trying to find. It's extremely rare in Singapore. Most people take the kind of like the normal route. So thank you for sharing it. I hope that this story inspires, especially all the closet coffee people who like just want to come out and say, okay, I'm gonna be a barista, or I'm gonna just dive down to that passion I have.
If you need a job, find me.
Yeah. So, well, okay, where
we
can they
train
find
everybody
you?
from start.
So they find you at Wakey Wakey?
Wakey Wakey.
Wakey Wakey. So wake up to Wakey Wakey, and thank you guys.
Thank you.